Coach Kellie Harper. She'll begin with an opening statement, and then we'll go to questions. Coach?
Well, Jordan spilled the beans at a little hoarse now. I was fine going into the game. I was not fine coming out of halftime. So, obviously, I'm proud of our team and getting this win. It's a very physical basketball team that we played against today. And I thought they were the more aggressive, tougher team in the first half, and really challenged our team. And I thought we responded, came out in the second half defensively. We were better on the boards. It was night and day difference. So, the challenge now is for our team to start better, not to have those lapses. But they want to, they understand, and I'm proud of them for rising to the occasion.
Let's start with Maria, Cora, and then Paige.
Coach, we need a little more detail there. What exactly did you say at halftime? Because y'all flipped that script in the third quarter on both ends.
Well, I gently told them that we had given up 12 offensive boards in the first half, and I didn't think that was appropriate. Just challenge them to be better on the defensive end, to be tougher, to be more disciplined with their box outs. I thought we let our offensive, some of us missed shots in the first half, and I thought that affected our defense, and you never want to see that. Challenge them to really lock in and win the game on the defensive end of the court.
Cora?
And two personnel questions. I forgot to ask this on Sunday, but Jasmine Powell has come off the bench last two games. Was curious, what's kind of your decision behind that? Yeah,
we're just always looking at what's going on in practice and how our team's playing, and then always gauging where we need to go. I think I've said this before, our starting lineup's definitely not carved in stone, and minutes are fluid.
And then secondly, we didn't see Rakia Jackson until 4:25 in the third. Why was she held in the game for so long? I guess is the question there.
Yeah, so I think, again, each day we're evaluating, and so minutes are going to be fluid. I don't think we know every day going in, who's going to be doing what, and we'll keep evaluating our team and our personnel in practice as well.
So I asked the girls too, you had a great response in the third quarter, but they're saying you can't wait till after halftime to respond. What is it going to take to make those in-game improvements? Yeah,
I think it's first recognition. I think second, it's just making sure that we're disciplined. We have to continue to develop good habits in practice, and you got to be consistent there. So we're going to keep working on it, but I think we proved to ourselves we can do it. They'll be motivated.
Chloe, and then Cora.
With the depth that you all showed that you have today, how much of a confidence booster, or how important is that at this kind of pivotal point in the season?
Yeah, I thought, I'll tell you what, I thought we were really efficient offensively for a second game in a row. I thought we didn't shoot the three well in the first half. Shot too many threes, to be honest with you. But I thought everybody came in and looked comfortable. And I think now we're starting to kind of find a little rhythm offensively. And I think when you have so many players, I think it just takes a while, But I think we've found some combinations that we like, and understand, we've got depth, but they've all got to produce. Depth doesn't help you if you don't have people coming in and giving you productive minutes.
Cora.
Obviously, the start defensively wasn't where you wanted it to be. What needs to change for that defense to start at the beginning of the game, especially with Stanford coming up? Yeah,
I think our urgency defensively wasn't where it needed to be. We did not do a good job on the boards. 17 points of their first half points were off second chance points, and that's not who we want to be at all. And I thought we defensively probably would have done okay if we'd have cleaned up our boards. And that's toughness, it's awareness, You know, we talk a lot of times about sometimes you just got to draw a line in the sand and say, no, it's not happening. And, you know, I felt like we did a much better job of that in the second half.
Maria?
Jasmine Franklin, Jillian Hollingshed, it's a very interesting combo with the 4-5. What do you like about that, and do you anticipate maybe seeing a little bit more of it given the size and ability?
Yeah, you know what we're able to do a lot of times is take advantage of one, if not both of those players on the blocks. Our team does a really good job looking to get the ball inside. Been really excited about how many post touches we're getting. And when you've got both of those in there, and you know, it's certain lineups or certain games is going to be more effective. Some people are putting a small 4 on one of those players, and you know they can do a really good job on the block scoring, and they can do some damage on the boards as well. So we play them a lot together in practice. I think they're getting pretty comfortable with one another.
Cora, Paige, and then Tyler.
Kelly, you went 12 deep in the first quarter when it was a pretty tight game. Do you expect the bench to be that deep Sunday? You know, what are the rotations in your head, I guess, for a game against the number 8 team in the country?
Yeah, you know, I think part of that, we were searching a little bit, you know, just trying to find who next, who was able to step up and get some stops. I thought we got, you know, we're not going to be able to play 5 people for 10 minutes. You know, we're gonna utilize our bench, and I think we ended up probably going maybe one deeper than normal because we had somebody in foul trouble. So, you know, I think every game changes. You know, I don't go into every game thinking this is how it's going to look. You know, because a lot of times our subs is going to be a feel. Now, obviously, based on practices, I heard them talking about it. Justine's had some really good practices recently. I knew that I was going to get her in this game pretty early. Didn't know what that was going to look like. But actually called her yesterday after practice because just to tell her, thought she'd practiced really well. And she's working really hard on her defense and her boards, knowing that her offense is going to come.
Paige.
I know the team assists TK, especially the last couple of games, but just for the presence that she has on the bench, what does that do for the team morale?
Well, I think her presence is really important. Gives our players confidence. You know, her voice is not loud, but it's impactful. And when she speaks, there's a lot of respect there from her teammates, and so they're going to need that from her. But I think she's going to need them as well. You know, that's going to help keep her engaged with the team and with what's going on. Because what she's having to do right now is really difficult. It's really hard. And, you know, we've got to be there to support her as she is there to support us as well.
Tyler and then Maria.
On Justine, obviously in games like this where she's really draining those deep shots, you know, how much does that really add to your offense to have a perimeter player who can do that? Well,
anytime you're making shots, it's makes your offense look a lot better. And she's a threat. I think she's a threat from very deep. She can spread the defense out. She's also doing a good job of passing to the post. She's finding the open man, and so that's given her another threat. The jumpers that she hit tonight, that's not out of the ordinary. She's been knocking down her jumpers in practice, so been really excited to see that. So she just looked more comfortable today, and you don't just snap your fingers and do this. She's worked to get there, and so that's what I'm really happy to see it pay off.
Maria.
Follow up about Tamari. Will she be able to make the trip to the West Coast with the team, and how good will that be for everybody?
Yeah, one of the first questions that she asked was, would she be able to travel with the team? And she's got the clearance, and you know, she wants to be there to support them. I think it's important for her. I think it's very important for everybody else. She's been in this game. You know, she understands what this game looks like when you're playing this team, this caliber team, and you know, just having her there to help all, especially our post players, to help just talk them through what she's seeing. I think it's really valuable on the court, but just her presence, I think, is important.
Caleb.
You kind of see the team bond behind Edie Darby when she scores, and just through this time of turmoil, can you talk about the team chemistry and how far that's come from the beginning of the year?
Yeah, I think our on-court chemistry is getting better and better. Really excited that I think last game we were 25 assists, this game 24. That's really good to see. Low turnovers, really happy that, we're sharing the basketball. It is fun to see them rally around their teammates, and obviously they love Edie. And she practices so hard. She's there, for them, and again, they couldn't be happier when she gets to take a shot, and it's fun to see. But I think they've been good, and I think right now we gotta carry some momentum with us to the West Coast.
Cora.
2 questions. First, just wanted to confirm there's nothing outside of basketball that kept Rukia from playing more than 10 minutes tonight?
Oh, no.
Okay. And secondly, obviously Stanford's a good rebounding team, and obviously rebounding is very important to you always, but how big of a focus will that be the rest of the week given, the rebounding tonight? Yeah,
I think rebounding is going to be critical for us going down the stretch, with our non-conference and then all the way through our conference. I think it's such a big stat for us. I think it makes such a big difference in our defense, makes a big difference in our offensive production, and we've got to continue to work on it. We've got to continue to be in the right position. We've got to continue to have discipline, and we've got to continue to give effort. And it's, sometimes it's a combination of those three things. We got to make sure we're solid.
We'll finish up with one final question from Cora.
Sorry. UCF was getting to the rim probably easier than they should in the first half, and then second half you were able to cut their points in the paint in half. What adjustments were made, and is that kind of still a symptom of learning to play without Tamari there?
Well, obviously things look different when Tamari's standing in the paint. There's no doubt about it. I thought we made some adjustments with our on-ball defense in the second half that I thought was really good for us. I thought our players understood the game plan, but I thought, more than anything, the urgency there. And again, I'll go back to our defense would have looked a lot better if we'd have been able to finish our defense with a rebound. But I thought our players made the adjustments that we asked them to make in the second half, and a lot of that was just our on-ball defense with some of their personnel.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you guys.